The clock ticks. 3 a.m. Another hour slips by and the comforting embrace of sleep eludes you. Imagine going one full day without sleep. You feel sluggish, irritable, maybe even a little dizzy. But what if you stayed awake for 2 days, 3, a whole week? Your body starts failing, your mind plays tricks on you, and soon reality itself begins to blur. But how long can you really survive without sleep? And what happens to the brain when we push past our limits? Let's delve into the unsettling science of extreme sleep deprivation. 24 hours without sleep. It might sound like a badge of honor, a testament to your endurance, but inside your body a silent rebellion is brewing. After just 1 day without sleep, your cognitive functions begin to sputter. Your reaction time slows, making everyday tasks like driving or even crossing the street a risky gamble. Your memory, the storehouse of your experiences, starts to falter. Remembering names, dates, even simple instructions becomes a struggle. And your brain, the command center of your being, struggles to focus. The world around you seems to lose its sharpness, its vibrancy. It's like a film projector slowly going out of focus. You feel sluggish, your thoughts muddled, your movements clumsy. In fact, being awake for 24 hours straight impairs you to a similar degree as being legally drunk. The legal blood alcohol limit in most countries is around 0.08%. Studies have shown that after 24 hours of sleep deprivation, your cognitive performance mirrors that of someone with that same blood alcohol content. So while you might not be reaching for a stiff drink, your brain is experiencing a similar level of impairment. And this is just the beginning. 48 hours without sleep. You've crossed the threshold into uncharted territory. Your body, starved of its natural restorative process, starts to malfunction. Your dopamine levels, those chemical messengers of pleasure and reward, begin to surge. This dopamine rush creates a cruel illusion, a false sense of alertness, even euphoria. You might feel invincible, like you could conquer the world, but don't be fooled. This is your brain's desperate attempt to compensate for the sleep it craves. Beneath this facade of energy, your cognitive abilities are plummeting. Your decision-making skills, once sharp and decisive, become clouded. Simple choices like what to eat or what to wear feel overwhelming. Your attention span dwindles to mere seconds. You struggle to follow conversations, your mind drifting into a hazy fog. Micro-sleeps, those brief involuntary lapses into unconsciousness, begin to intrude on your waking hours. You might find yourself nodding off mid-sentence or even while standing up. These microsleeps are a dangerous sign, a clear indication that your body is nearing its breaking point. 72 hours without sleep. You've entered a realm where the lines between reality and hallucination begin to blur. Your brain, pushed to its absolute limit, starts to malfunction in strange and unsettling ways. This is where sleep deprivation transforms from a physical challenge into a psychological ordeal. Hallucinations, both visual and auditory, become increasingly common. You might see shadows moving in the corner of your eye, hear voices whispering your name, or even feel phantom sensations on your skin. These hallucinations can be vivid and terrifying, indistinguishable from reality. Your sense of time distorts, minutes stretching into hours, hours collapsing into seconds. You lose track of conversations, forget what you were doing, where you are, even who you are. Paranoia sets in. You might become convinced that others are watching you, plotting against you, or that you're in grave danger. This paranoia can be so intense that it leads to irrational behavior, even aggression. In this sleep-deprived state, your grip on reality weakens, and your mind becomes a breeding ground for fear and delusion. 96 hours without sleep. Your body, now in a state of crisis, begins to shut down. Your immune system, weakened by the relentless stress, collapses. You become highly susceptible to infections, even minor illnesses that your body would normally fight off with ease. Your heart, the engine of your being, starts to falter. Your heart rate becomes irregular. Your blood pressure fluctuates wildly. The risk of heart attack or stroke increases dramatically. Your body, starved of the essential restorative processes that occur during sleep, begins to break itself down. Your muscles waste away, your organs struggle to function properly. You experience tremors, muscle spasms, and intense physical pain. Your skin becomes pale and clammy, your eyes bloodshot and sunken. You are a shadow of your former self, both physically and mentally. Death, while rare from sleep deprivation alone, becomes a very real possibility. Your body, pushed beyond its limits, can no longer sustain itself. So could you survive without sleep? The answer is a resounding no, not for long. The human body is a remarkable machine, capable of enduring incredible hardships. But even the most resilient among us have a breaking point. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a fundamental biological need, as essential to our survival as air, water, and food. It is during sleep that our bodies and minds repair and rejuvenate themselves, preparing us for the challenges of the day ahead. Without it, we slowly unravel, our physical and mental faculties deteriorating until we are no longer able to function. The longest recorded instance of voluntary sleep deprivation was 11 days, achieved by a 17-year-old student named Randy Gardner in 1964. While he suffered no lasting physical damage, the experiment raised serious ethical concerns and is unlikely to be repeated. Gardner experienced extreme cognitive impairment, hallucinations, paranoia, and even temporary blindness. His case, while extreme, highlights the profound importance of sleep for human health and well-being. So, the next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, remember the profound impact that sleep deprivation has on your body and mind. While the immediate effects of sleep deprivation are alarming, the long-term consequences are even more insidious. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just leave you feeling groggy, it significantly impacts your physical health. Studies have shown that individuals who consistently get less than the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night are at a higher risk of developing serious health conditions. Lack of sleep has been linked to an increased risk of diabetes. When we sleep, our bodies regulate blood sugar levels. Without adequate rest, this regulation falters, leading to insulin resistance and higher blood sugar levels over time. This can pave the way for type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, sleep deprivation is a major risk factor for heart disease. During sleep, our bodies perform crucial maintenance on the cardiovascular system. Without this downtime, we see elevated blood pressure, increased heart rate, and higher levels of stress hormones, all of which are detrimental to heart health. Obesity is another concerning outcome. Sleep affects the hormones that regulate hunger and appetite. Insufficient sleep disrupts these hormones, leading to increased hunger and cravings for high-calorie foods. This can result in weight gain and obesity, which in turn heightens the risk of other chronic diseases. The cumulative effect of these health issues is a significantly reduced quality of life and a shorter lifespan. So the next time you consider cutting corners on sleep, remember that the long-term price you pay may be far greater than you realize. While the physical ramifications of long-term sleep deprivation are daunting, the psychological impacts are equally devastating. Prolonged sleep loss does more than just cloud your mind. It can lead you down a dark path of emotional turmoil. Imagine waking up every day feeling irritable, on edge, and emotionally unstable. Mood swings become the norm, making it difficult to maintain relationships and function in social settings. The lack of sleep disrupts the balance of neurotransmitters in the brain, chemicals that regulate mood and behavior. Beyond mood swings, anxiety begins to creep in. The constant tiredness makes even the simplest tasks seem insurmountable, leading to a heightened state of worry and panic. The brain, deprived of its restful reset, becomes a breeding ground for anxious thoughts, amplifying stress and fear. Depression, too, is a common companion of chronic sleep deprivation. The mind's inability to rest and recover manifests in feelings of hopelessness and despair. The natural pleasure-reward system becomes blunted, leaving individuals feeling disconnected and empty. The psychological abyss of prolonged sleeplessness is a haunting reality. It erodes the very essence of who we are, turning daily life into a constant battle against our own minds. But what if there was a way out of this darkness? Could the answer lie in something as simple as prioritizing sleep? Stay tuned to uncover more about the hidden secrets of the human psyche. Sleep isn't just rest, it's essential maintenance. Without it, the human body falls apart, physically, mentally, and neurologically. While the idea of eliminating sleep might sound tempting, offering more time for work or leisure, the reality is far more sinister. Could you imagine a world where we no longer dream, where our minds are constantly switched on, where the boundaries of reality blur and fade? But what if science could one day eliminate the need for sleep? Would you take that chance? Want to unlock more secrets of the human body? Subscribe to Learning Cradle